Right, in this video I'm going to replace my water pump because my old one's playing up. I've got one of those with the 4 valves in it with the square head, and the problem is there's a gap where the pressure switch is, so dust and garbage can get in there, and I've had issues with that pump and the pressure switch for years, but it's just getting particularly bad at the moment, so I thought I'd swap it out before it totally packs up, because I've discovered that they usually do that at the worst possible time. I don't have any thread tape, I've just discovered after a big hunt, but I do have some thread stuff, sealant, so that'll have to do. We'll put a bit of that in the thread. This is just a little pre-strainer that strains it all. Don't want to put so much in there that it oh, I've done the wrong end, hang on. Wasn't paying attention, I was too busy talking to the camera. So what I did when I bought this pump, I like to have a spare one like the other one. I'll get a new pressure switch for it and keep it as a spare, because I got caught out once where I didn't have a spare and I was at a weekend with the Gypsy Fair. It packed up on Friday night. I was all set up with awnings and stuff. I had to work. There was no taps on the park, and I really struggled. So Phil from the fair, he actually said, oh, we always try and carry a spare one. So I thought, well, that's a good idea. I should do that too, because I've found that water pumps usually pack up in the most awkward places. So we want it on that, don't we? So yeah. So what I did when I bought this one, this is actually just a cheap one, but I don't care. At least the pressure switch isn't open to dust and crap. The main thing I paid attention to was that I got one with the same kind of fittings on it. Like I've already got these on my plumbing from the last pump replacement I did. And some of the pumps have a totally different kind of fitting. They have this slide in and out thing, and it pops in. And I didn't want that, because it means I have to change all the fittings on the hoses again. So we've got the little pre-filter facing the wrong way. It's not so good. Because it's going to go in upside down like that. And I want to be able to get at the filter. So, ooh, that'll do. All right. So it's going to go under the truck, which I'm not taking the camper under there, because I usually end up with water everywhere and I end up kicking cameras over and things like that. But I'll take my other little cam under and show you what it looks like. My pump is basically not in a little house. It doesn't have a little cupboard. It's just bolted straight up under the truck. It's not ideal, and yes, I could build it a little house, but in general it seems to be okay under there. And the trick is just to always buy one that's waterproof, because the Sureflow, the importer of them told me they are not waterproof, and they're not meant to be. And to me, I always assumed, being a water pump, they would be, because pumps get leaks and issues and things, so I just assumed they would. But maybe not, maybe I was wrong. So I'm just getting it ready, so I don't have too much to do. I'm going to need some wire joiners, and I don't know if I've got many screws that are the right length. It could be a bit of a pain. There's some in there, so I can reuse the ones that are on the pump at the moment. I'll probably have to do that, because out of all of this, I have none that are long enough. So never mind. I'll continue to get this organised anyway. I'll strip these wires back a bit more so I've got a bit more to work with. Yeah. Ugh, that was really hard to pull over the little soldered end bits. But I don't want to cut them off either. Because it is quite handy. It stops them from all fraying. Oh. Maybe I should have cut it off. Because I don't want to pull. Oh, there we go. It's coming. Nah. Nope, that actually took some of the wires off. Ah. Right, so I'm just going to hop in under the truck. I won't be taking my camera because there's water and stuff around and I don't want this to get damaged. So I'm going to jump underneath, unscrew the old one, couple of pipes, couple of wires, take it out, do the same thing with the new one. I find it helps a lot to try and be really prepared to have all the tools you might need out there and to just, yeah, prep things like strip the wires and stuff before you go down there and pull the fuse out so that I don't blow anything up. So yeah, no, it's a pretty quick job. It doesn't take very long and I'll show you what it all looks like when it's finished. So what I did is, yeah, I filmed a whole lot of stuff and for some reason this little camera didn't record it. But yeah, the old fittings, oh, we've got a little bit of moisture there. I might have to still check that. So yeah, I just took the old one out and put this one in. It's really just a couple of wires which I've taped over and a couple of pipes. But yeah, there's a little bit of moisture there. So I will get on to that shortly. Right. So a few days have elapsed again. The cat's been sick and to the vets and she's still healing. So life got a little bit in the way since I upgraded my pump, swapped my pump out. And since then I also got a new water filter cartridge and had to plumb that in because they've changed the fittings. So it's been a lot of plumbing. And then with a sick cat and everything, I didn't get a chance to finish this video when I wanted to. But anyway, what I wanted to say, the reason I like to make these videos about the practical things I do around my truck and stuff like that, because my passion is to empower people. And on the road, especially women, through all the years I've travelled on the road, and even with the fairs, we always had more single women than single men at the fairs for some reason. And I saw quite a few times that some of them were ripped off rather badly by mechanics and people like that. I had one friend I just used to cringe at what people used to charge her, you know, it was horrible. So that's why I like to make these videos. It doesn't mean you have to go and do it yourself, but just knowing a little bit about it can help you when you're dealing with professionals who are going to do the job for you, because you'll know what's supposed to happen, what it's supposed to look like, and actually saying the right words and descriptions for different things can make them respect you more. And I think, yeah, do a better job often, or not be as tempted to maybe think that you don't know what you're doing and that they need to do more or extra without being asked to. So that's one of the reasons, and I enjoy doing practical things. It's a great balance for my other work, which is online and in person, and I do readings for people, and yeah, getting dirty and practical and fixing things is totally different because it doesn't involve that level of sort of focus and concentration, so I quite enjoy it. It's quite nice for a change. But yeah, my main aim for making those sort of videos is really to empower people, and yeah, in particular women, because we don't have anything that men have. Well, we don't lack anything really that men have to do these things, apart from, knowing how to do it or learning how to do it. I was lucky, my dad always made me do things like that, so I learned early on that I could. There are some things, they get a little bit heavy. I'm not going to do my own clutch. Gearbox is too heavy for me, I know that. So yeah, know your limits, but have a go at the simple things, the easier things and stuff like that, and you can save yourself a lot of money and feel really good after doing it yourself. I always get this sort of really happy feeling if I've done something I'd never done before. Like last year when I did my lift pump on the truck, I'd never really had anything to do with one of those before. But after completing it and fixing it and replacing it, yeah, you feel good. So don't be afraid to give things a go. YouTube's a great place to learn things. I spend a lot of time learning things on YouTube. How does this work? What do I need to know? And I watch a variety of videos, and it'll give me insight into what I'm trying to learn. So yeah, have fun with it. Anyway, so I just wanted to quickly say this before I edit this video, because yeah, it is time I started to get it finished.